Welcome back to the David Pakman Show.
The David Pakman Show membership program is made possible in part by liberalbias.com. Which would you rather trust, statistics and facts or conservative values? You can find out more about all these liberally biased facts at liberalbias.com. Lenore Castro, no relation as far as I know to Fidel Castro, a new David Pakman Show member that I want to say hello to. It's great to have Lenore on board, Lewis, and I'm always interested in people with noticeable, interesting last names. Yeah, and certainly having the last name Castro, even though there is certainly no relation to Fidel, I would assume, I like it.
There's always a story there.
There's always a story behind every name, no question about it.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was, Castroburg, but it somehow got changed to Castro when they came.
It got Ellis Island?
Yeah, maybe that's what the case is.
Who knows?
Oh, this is the original North Korean techno, right?
This is the dog music.
The dog music, right.
Classic.
This really is a classic, up there with Beethoven's Ninth, really. Maybe the Fifth, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go that far. Okay. Lenore Castro, really appreciate you being a David Pakman Show member. We couldn't do it without you. The war on women exists, Lewis, at least according to women in the U.S. who have a war being waged against them. About 1/3 of American women believe that there is a broad effort underway to limit their access to reproductive services, including contraception, family planning, and abortion, according to a poll that was released. And this was by the Kaiser Family Foundation, 1,218 adults, nonpartisan group. They are also saying that reproductive rights aren't a hot-button presidential campaign issue for women, although women are concerned. I guess that's interesting. Yeah, I would imagine that the more of an issue it becomes, the better it's going to be for President Obama to get reelected.
Definitely.
The other thing is that a lot of the headlines are kind of misrepresenting the results, because some say, well, only 31% of women think that there is a broad effort. That's true, but if you actually look at what percentage think that their choices are being limited either by a wide scale or to some extent of an effort, it's 76%. So really, I think the headline should be that 3/4 of women believe that at least to some degree their access to reproductive services, reproductive rights, contraception, abortion services are being limited. 3 out of 4. That to me is much more significant, because it's one of these things where if you really believe in freedom, if it's being curtailed a little bit or a lot, it's still being curtailed, and that should really be the key thing.
The majority of the women in the country believe this.
An overwhelming majority.
Right.
I just really am surprised that it's only 31% that think it is a broad effort. But if you take into consideration that a lot of people probably respond to that poll in a pretty hyper-partisan way, at least those that are aware of the political discussion that's associated with saying, yes, I believe that this is happening, or no, I don't believe that it's happening, if we take that into consideration, maybe 31% isn't really that low. I don't know.
And if every woman in the country paid attention to the things we pay attention to in the news, online, in the media in general, how do you think those numbers would be different? Yeah,
if the poll was limited to people who consume news, well, then we would have to ask, are they consuming Fox News as their primary news source, or are they consuming something else as their primary news source? I think there would be a huge split there.
Right. Probably.